works. Boop. I wanted to reach over and turn it off so bad just to spite.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of V Time, episode 125. I got a Connor this time because Alex is Alex.
Hey, everybody.
He's going slowly senile, so I got to slowly start replacing him. What?
I'm just happy to be a part of things.
There we go. We got a pretty normal episode for you. I want to say tonight because it feels natural, but it isn't tonight because I don't know when people are watching. So I'm just going to say we got a good episode for you. We got leaks, Rumble news, news, and if anything else comes up that I keep forgetting, that's about it.
There's a couple of things. I'm kind of excited to talk on this one.
Exactly. But before that, if you're interested in buying any cards from TCG Player, please use our affiliate link down below. Purchases through this link will support the channel so we can bring more great content straight to you guys. Anyway, that's scripted part of the way. Let's go straight into the leaks.
You got to get me like flashcards or something so I can start participating. I haven't learned my language.
I just need a guest. I'm going to make that now. Anyway, we're going to start it off strong with some double rares that got leaked for Cater Sanctuary. And this time around, we got some Hexorb. Well, technically, she's generic enough to be played anywhere else, but the flavor text is Hexorb oriented. So, we got Twin Chain Great Magician Totone. She's a grade 3 double rare. Auto rear guard at the end of the battle that your unit attacked. Cost Counter +1 and perform all of the effects below according to the trigger units revealed for the drive check of that battle. So, if it's a critical trigger, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and put it on the bottom of their deck. And if it's a front trigger, choose one of your grade 2 or less rear guards and stand it. Yes?
I'm already picturing playing Nirvana against this and watching my stack of overdressed units just vanish.
That's only if they rip a crit. I said if, like Hexorb yes can stack. Bastion can run this, but doesn't want to run grade 2 or less units in the front row. And PBD is just sad, so he might actually run this out of pity.
You know what? That's fair.
Overall, is honestly not a bad card. Like if we just put it in the deck, it's kind of meant to be in Hexorb. It just facilitates multi-attack for a cheaper cost. Like Hexorb always had Lepisto, it was a CB2 restand if you reveal the trigger.
Yeah.
This just means, okay, you reel the front, CB1 and restand. A little bit harder, but there's stacking in Hexorb that makes it easy.
Super easy.
So overall, an amazing card. Card that got leaked with it, in my opinion, has an amazing art. I was not expecting this, but we got Desire Magic Esnona. What?
They're making these names hard on purpose, man.
I mean, it is technically, in kanji and hiragana, and we're trying to translate, like, the whole Urger. Like, yeah, you remember that?
That was a week-long conversation.
What was it? It was Elgar and Urger, yeah. It's like, what is it? But, point aside, we got Nona. Auto Rigor, when this unit attacks, if your Vanguard is Hexorb Sorceress or Pentagleam Sorceress, discard a card from your hand and look at 2 cards on the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 cards from among them, put them on the top of your deck in any order, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. And this unit gets 10k until the end of turn. This effect is very reminiscent to another grade 2 that Hexorb got. That is a Soul Blast one and basically do the same effect without the power-up. The only difference is this thing can be a 20k attacker and it's a discard instead of a Soul Blast. So, which resource you prefer? Do you prefer a beater over? Overall, not a bad card. Still does what Hexorb wants to do.
Yeah, it does. I don't know if you guys have mentioned this, but I like that a lot of Hexorb stuff also works with Pentagleam.
Yeah, basically early game rush deck.
Oh yeah, very nice. Very versatile.
Overall, not bad. Like you get to stack the top 2 cards. Like if you do that in the early game with Pentagleam, you're not only stacking your drive check, you're also stacking your damage check. And against certain matchups, that's crucial. Like if I'm going against Flagberg, I'm like, kill it later. I don't care. I want to know what's coming so I can prep for your bullshit.
It's a solid card. I like it.
Really good. Moving on. This is going to be very poetic. Connor.
I feel like I got trapped in this.
I honestly forgot the order of these, so this has worked out better in the funny favor.
This is Diablo Striker Lyle.
Yep.
Grade 2. double rare. When this unit is placed on rear guard, counterblast 1, and this unit gets power plus 5k until the end of the turn. Then, if you are in Final Rush, Soul Charge 2, choose a card from your soul and call it to open rear guard. That's a lot of plus.
He's not a bad card. Like, I'm not even saying that he's a bad card. Like, he's not a bad card. CB1, heavy cost, but a lot of cards in Bruce CB, so that's not hard. Just move some stuff around. 15k attacker, we got more than enough of those. The only thing that I don't like about him is he's on place 15k, which means after the fact he's only at 10k, unlike Derek and Leonard, who are immediately 15k due to other conditions. Soul Charge 2 is nice, and getting an extra rear guard on the board is nice. It just... Overall, it's not a bad card.
That is a lot for Counterblast 1. You're right. You definitely have other options once you hit Final Rush. But on your way, it's not bad, or if you have nothing else.
Personally, I don't think I'm going to run him in my Bruce version.
I don't see you running him. Having played against your Bruce more than enough times to...
I can definitely see other people running. Like, he's not a bad card. Like,
not at all.
And we're moving on to some Aqua Force. Aqua Force. It is Aqua Force, technically.
I had a flashback.
It technically is Aqua Force. It's still chaos cards for Flagberg. Let's be honest here. Like, for example, we have Heavy Strike, Brave, Shooter. Very simple, rare. Auto rear guard when this unit attacks. If your Vanguard is Flagberg, this unit gets 5k until the end of turn. 15k attacker, not bad. Not helping Flagberg's case of restanding, so you're not going to get that 5 consistency unless you play the Great One. It's a weird mixed feelings card.
I don't feel like this is worth its rarity. This is a common kind of skill. Flagberg's not going to run it.
I can see some Flagberg decks run it just because they want to make sure they hit. But at the same time, like, if you're running this and you don't have the Great One, you're not getting 5 attacks, which means you're only getting 4 attacks, which means you're not really doing Flagberg to its optimal scariness. Like, that 3 cards from hand guard being the last attack is scary for the simple reason that they can run 8 crit and just go, okay, game's done.
Yeah, that's...
And, you know, 3 cards out of hand doesn't sound much, but you got to think that's after 4 attacks. So if you waste at least 1 card on all those 4 attacks, that's 7 cards out of hand just through 1 turn. You're either dead or dying. So, 15k attacker for guarantees, eh.
And it would be early enough where you could just take that, and if you hit a trigger, that still can't hit anyway.
Exactly.
So, like, again, the multi-attack is going to be more preferable over this.
Exactly. The card that Flagwell will run, because we saw it on Tuesday's stream, and Jesus Christ, this thing is busted. We got blue. Actually, I'm going to let you, as an Aqua Force main, do the honors.
You're so nice. Blue Artillery Dragon, Inlet Pulse Dragon. Grade 3. Auto Rearguard. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard. If it was the first battle of this turn and your Vanguard is Flagberg Dragon, Soul Blast 1 and stand this unit. And then Auto Rearguard at the end of your turn. If the total number of attacks of this turn is 4 or more, put this unit into your soul and draw a card. Terrific.
Does everything the deck wanted to do.
Literally everything. It earned its triple rare.
Yeah, like all the restanders were either grade 2s or grade 1s before, which means now they have a grade 3 restander. It doesn't have to get powered up to hit the Vanguard. It can just poke at it. It is restricted to Flagberg, so you can't run it in Maggie or in Zorga, so you're not breaking those decks.
Also important is that poke is the first attack of the battle.
Exactly.
And it can hit.
Exactly.
It does what it needs to.
Overall, it's an amazing card. The big restriction on it that did make it balance is the fact that it has to attack a grade 3 or greater Vanguard to restand on the first battle, which means if they go first, they can't just bullshit rush you in the early game.
That helps a lot.
Oh, yeah. One thing I found out playing against Flagberg, you don't want to give them 3 CB, 2 CB too much. It's really hard against Flagberg, preventing them if they're going first to gain 5 attacks. Because they honestly just need 2 CB, the ride line, which they get out of their soul, which means they just need 1 more copy of the ride line and 1 of the counter charger, and they're set. Because, you know, they can just do the 5 attacks. Well, but other cards that need the extend the 5 attack combo is this thing, but it can't attack a grade 2. Is the other grade 2 triple rare they got, or double rare, the other grade 2, but it has to attack a rear guard to restand, so if you don't give them rear guards, you're preventing them that way. There's ways to stop it, but there's also ways not to stop it.
There are a lot of counters to Flagberg, and the easiest one is the same counter against Nirvana. You just don't give them counterblast. They can't do anything.
Yeah. There's not going to be a decent amount of attacks, but at least not 5 in a guard restrict. Anyway, the other ability is just amazing. Like, with a soul draw card, it replaces itself, it builds soul resource, and that can be run in Maggie and Zorga. I don't know why you would, but it can.
This could, I mean,
Okay,
it would be
Zorga,
a
no.
wasted, it would be a wasted card, I feel, but it would allow you to soul charge in Maggie, which can help certain builds.
Maggie needs soul sometimes, so it might not be a bad idea to
It's a
put
poker
it in.
too.
Exactly,
Good
and you're
front
gonna
row.
get those 4 attacks easily in Maggie.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, we got some interesting new things in this booster set. So, there's been a trend since booster set 1 where they keep introducing new effect cards and so forth. Like in booster set 1, we got our Sentinel, new Sentinels where you don't have to have a hand to guard. Excuse me for my runny nose. In booster set 2, we got
The fronts.
the fronts, the 20k fronts. Booster set 3 introduced the criticals to go to soul and give something to K. And lo and behold, booster set 4 introduced draw trigger effects.
I'm so excited for
Right,
these
for
cards.
example, we got Hair Veil Dragon.
That is a Flare Veil Dragon.
You saw, I scrolled up a little bit, all right? Jesus Christ. You saw it, right? All right, Flare Veil Dragon. Keeping that in. Anyway, it's a draw. You got it?
You're killing me, Moon. You're killing me, Smalls.
All right, draw triggers. All of the nations are going to get these draw triggers, and they have very simple effect. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, they get 5k shield. It's the same effect as the front triggers, but on a 5k draw, which means they're 10k shields, which means we got 10k shields back in a consistent basis, which means good. Like, just good, outright good.
This is great because there are decks I run that could use that extra 1 card, maybe 3 cards depending, and I could use the draw. And this
Exactly.
is good. This validates it.
Now, I will say, decks that don't want to run draw triggers are going to miss out, but they already run the fronts, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Decks that already ran draw triggers are definitely going to run this, and decks that were thinking about running draw triggers just might put draw triggers in. So overall, it'll find its place. It's a good card.
This means draw triggers are no longer a joke. So
Yeah. I mean, it was never really a joke. It drew your card. And then it was ditch fodder. Now it can be either ditch fodder or good shield. Overall, I like this transition. Moving on.
I'm not reading this one.
Okay, I'll let you have something else. We got more Spike Brother. Oh, sorry, Bruce support.
Where's your head?
I need to stop doing that. The first one was a joke. This one was just accidental. We got a grade 3 common, Diabolos Charge Devon. At least these names are easy.
Yeah.
He has a simple ability, auto rearguard. When your rearguard stands, if you are in final rows, this unit gets 5k until the end of the turn, including this unit. Which means when he stands and another thing stands, because it's not once per turn, he technically gains 10k.
That's actually really solid. I mean,
It's solid for
You're not
a
gonna-
beater. But
Yeah.
you got more than enough beaters here and there in Bruce. Like, it's a budget deck option for a Bruce player, I believe. I can see some people running it just for the extra poke, but if you're gonna run stuff like this for the extra poke, you just run I forgot her name. The grade 3, put something to soul draw card, soul charger card, and gains 10k. Same thing, more resources.
Bruce's wife.
Yeah, exactly. Overall, not a bad card, good for a common. And another card that's also good for a common that can be played in any deck, Lightning Vortex Tinged Gear Eland.
Vortex tinged.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. That's a rough
Eric,
word.
look, Gear Chronicles are making a comeback.
Still waiting.
I will say one thing before we read the effect. Jesus Christ, Pulse. Damn it, I forgot his name. Pulse Phoenix? Pegasus. Pulsar Pegasus, I believe is the card's name. Look, man, all right, I made the joke when this card revealed. I forgot the joke already. Anyway, its effect is act trigger once per turn. If your soul has 2 or more grade 3 cards, discard a card from your hand, and this unit gets 15 until the end of turn. 25k attacker. Has to discard a card. Has to have grade 3s in soul. Not hard in most Dark States decks. Interesting card. Option. Pulsar Pegasus.
I'm trying to think of where I would run this. I play against enough dark states, but
Barrow Magnus can kind of do it. It can run decent enough grade 3s to do it, but then it hurts its hand size, and you already have more enough power on the board to do stuff, and you want other attackers.
You couldn't get the plus 15 if you called it from Soul either.
Exactly.
So like
Bruce has more enough grade 3s that it runs that can also soul charge, and it can benefit from a beater. And then Godfather really doesn't want to benefit from this card.
No, Godfather couldn't because it's just going to go straight to the Soul anyway.
If you leave it as a last attacker, cool, it's a beater, but you're discarding a card for hand to make it a beater, and Godfather wants as many available resources as it can. You hit, like, retire. I'm so scared to put any rearguards down in Godfather when I play him, because the second I put it down, I'm like, oh my god, if they kill it, I am minusing 1 hard.
Yeah. Well, this is an interesting card. It's high risk, high reward, but the reward isn't high enough.
Agreed. There we go. Anyway.
You're having trouble over there today, bud.
Yes, I am. It's a common for a reason. Here, I'll let you have some furries.
There's no winning. Sylvan Horned Beast Alvin. Grade 1. Was it rare? Yeah, rare. Continuous back row rear guard. During the battle this unit attacked, when your opponent would call cards from their hand to guard, they must call 2 or more at the same time. That's really good for a rare, I'm not going to lie.
It's honestly an amazing card for a rare, just because if you put in the back row for Maggie, it's a Maggie card. It's a Sylvan Horn. Of course it's a Maggie card.
It's also 13 you can hit.
Yeah, exactly. Maggie's going to bump it up to 5. If they didn't hit the defensive trigger or they don't have interceptors, this is a guarantee. Please take 2 cards out of your hand for only a 5k shield card.
Yeah.
Overall,
perfect.
I like it. Like, I honestly see some Maggie players just playing it for that. I'm going to eat cards out of your hand. After playing Godfather and Barrow with that one grade 1, eating cards out of hand, good.
There's so much multi-guard coming, and I don't like it.
Anyway.
Thank God for shield. Oh, I have a counter.
I know, right?
Wicked Chef, grade 3. It's common. When this unit is placed on rear guard from drop, choose a blitz order from your drop, and you may put it into your hand.
Not a bad card. Like, there's some good blitz orders that if you really want to run them, you can make a deck around blitz orders in Stoicheia, and they can honestly run decently. I said decently.
Yeah.
Overall, it's a self-explanatory card. There's not much to look at.
Oh,
and like,
yeah.
Okay, this is a very cute art. I can't say nothing about this. Like, this is a very cute art. We got Cardinal Noid Suprema. Yeah, Suprema. She's a grade 1 common, and she has a very simple ability, Continuous Hand. If your world is not Abyssal Dark Knight, this card cannot be normal called, including to Guardian Circle. The reason why is because she's a 10k grade 1 and a 10k shield grade 1 on top of that.
Yeah, that's significant.
So, I like it. I don't know if I'm going to play it. Actually, no, I might. Oh, I have an idea for an Orpheus deck that I wanted to do.
I just want to say that this card is
I'm
valid
happy now.
just based off the fact that you have Shadow Army tokens. You don't need the back row.
See, back in the day when Orpheus first came out, the only thing I've been always saying is like, Orpheus does what it wants to do with Shadow Army tokens. I just need cards that are shield. I'm getting cards that are shield. I might just make a whole bunker Orpheus deck that just goes Shadow Army token burr.
I called this.
What?
Bunch of high shield grade 1 and 2 cards. I called this.
Yeah, we're getting them back. Like, we've been seeing grade 1s that gain 5k through their own abilities in shield. We've been seeing other kinds of effect. Like, we're getting these grade 1 10k shields badges because the game is going up in power. So shield and value needs to be kind of, right back there. And putting more shield value in grade 1s is not bad. Putting them in triggers was the right idea.
Yeah. You might even run draws with that. That'll just add to the tankiness. That's not bad. I'd be interested in seeing what you do. You also have a rear guard that gives itself crits, so it's not like
You're not wrong, but that one kills for Shadow Armies. This version of the bunker deck would not run anything to kill Shadow Army tokens. It would just make Shadow Army tokens that go burr and just hold.
I want to see it. Anyway.
Moving on. Another grade 1. There's going to be 3 common cards. We got Gravidia AB.
Yeah, that's as close as I think we're going to get.
Yeah. It's a simple grade 1 common. Auto when this unit is placed on rear guard. If your order zone has 3 or more meteorites, Cannibal 1, draw a card, choose up to 1 meteor card from your hand, and put it into your order zone. You don't have to, so it could be just a Cannibal 1 draw card.
Yeah.
Overall, it's not a bad card. CB, I believe, in Gravidia is kind of an interesting resource. So I don't quite remember if it's a good fit or not, but overall not bad.
I haven't played Space Mom yet, so I have no idea.
You haven't played against Space Mom yet.
I've done neither.
And last but not least of the Brent Gate Commons, we have a Melting Monster or Sidhiran. Or Sidhiran?
I think Sidhiran's right.
I need to read it in my weird-ass language first. My own language. And then I can translate it to English. Basically, auto, when this unit is placed on rearguard, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, discard it. Simple cycle engine.
Cycling. I've always liked cycling.
I mean, in any Brent Gate decks, it's not bad just because you have so many set orders. It's like, that card, go away.
You're right. That's actually viable there. Okay.
All right, moving on. We got some Eugene Best deck cards. Should I let you read this since you abandoned the deck?
I'll read it because it's still Dragon Empire. Twin Bullet of Duststorm Travis. It's a double rare, grade 2. Act rearguard once per turn. If your opponent's rearguard was retired this turn, counterblast 1, soul charge 1, choose one of your opponent's rearguards, retire it, and this unit gets plus 10k until the end of the turn.
This should have been a triple rare.
This is a terrific effect. Also, I like the art.
Yeah.
The art is the one thing that makes me want to keep running Eugene.
Eugene still has one of the biggest problems. Like, it has one of the strongest things in the game, and that's retire. Like, you consistently just can keep retiring your opponent's stuff, and that just hurts. But its biggest problem is threat. It still only has 3 attacks. Powers are decent, but they're not threatening, so unless you rip a crit, you're not doing shit.
I mean, I agree, but you do have stuff that's going plus 10. If you Persona Ride, that's a 30 on its own.
Playing Warfist was like, cool.
I mean,
here's my big numbers
overdress.
easily.
This is a 33 on your turn, so
exactly.
I get it.
Like, it's trying to get to those numbers harder, but not doing what the other decks are doing in threat-wise.
The retire and keeping Eugene stocked is the benefit of this card, though. So if it got too much power, this would have been a triple rare, but it would be hard to keep up with.
You're not wrong. It's kind of weird. Like, Eugene is that weird surprise deck.
Hey.
You know what you're going to be running.
My Super Saiyan card.
Yeah.
Sublimating Wishes, which is a...
Normal order.
It's a normal order. At grade 2, play this with cost Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your units. God, overdress. I can't speak English either. There we go. I finally messed up.
Shh. It's going this way. It's spreading.
Well, stop. I'll give you the bad luck again. Play this card with Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your units in the overdress state, and until the end of the turn, it gets auto rearguard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, countercharge 1. Solid. Very solid.
Why do I feel like the big boy is going to be a restander?
I'm going to have another restander. That's exactly what I was going to say.
What do you mean another restander?
Have we just completely forgotten Valiant exists? And this actually makes him a countercharge on the reswing.
You're not wrong. Like, you could put this on Valley and go, here's even more incentive not to let me hit. Okay, yes, I completely forgot the Valiant is technically a restander just because nobody actually lets that ability go off.
Yeah, which is its purpose. But if you absolutely need a reason to like PG my Valiant so that I can hit with...
Anything else?
I mean, yeah, I was trying to remember the new one's name, Expecta, which pick your threat.
Exactly. It's a good card.
Oh, yeah.
And not having to catch up. That's it for leaks.
I was expecting more, huh?
Like I said, not having to catch up to leaks is a little bit easier to keep up weekly by weekly.
We should really try to stay on top of this from now on.
You're 100% right. Look, for next week, we got Stoke on Tuesday's stream, and I honestly can't remember quite what they said they were going to do for the Thursday, Friday stream. I think there's going to be more comments. Who knows? We're getting closer to the drop of the set. It's dropping on December 24th in Japan, so we're going to probably see most of the reveals on December 17th, which means we're about 3 weeks away from them not showing any of the other triple rares, the big evolutions, the big new Varina, anything else, and it's getting a little bit anxious. We might see Maggie this Tuesday. Who knows? So that'll be interesting to see where those cards go.
That'd be a good way to start it.
Yep. So we're going to go straight into news, but before that, if you're interested in picking up any of the cards we just mentioned, go check out Triple Sleeve, TCG. They got great deals on cases, clan splits, and more. So go check them out. Link will be in the description. Anyway, with that out of the way, a couple of things we want to touch on that happened this week that kind of coming on. I believe registration should be still open for Bushiroad Rumble 2021. We're gonna put something. I'm gonna put something in the description for you guys to help go to the right direction. If you haven't already registered, if you have already registered, good for you. Have fun. Anyway, it's gonna be, it's the only Bushiroad event we're gonna get this year. There's no physical events. There's no regional, so this is the closest we're gonna get. So if you want to play and you have the setup for it, go check it out. Bushiroad themselves, with a combination of some creators and different fight and all those, made a really good video prepping people for it. So I'm gonna, go check that one out. I'm gonna also probably try to remember putting it in the description. So yeah, good stuff for that. Moving on, Vanguard news. More talk about Lyrical Monasterio. So we know they got 2 new ride lines, and boom, 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 we got the box art, how I should call it. And yes, the 2 units on the box art are going to be the new units or the new ride lines inside the set.
I like the one on the right. Wait, I don't have my board. Dang it.
Don't worry. Once Booster Set 2 starts getting leaked of Lyrical, we're going to put you and Lon on the couch again, and we're going to do all that shindig again. But yeah, those are going to be the 2 new ride lines. Honestly, hold up. Let me try to pull up our lovely Discord where it has extra information. I don't know why I didn't prep it properly. But overall, it looks very interesting. On top of the 2 new ride lines I'm going to get to here in a bit, they also did some... They also gave us some new information. But before that, Connor, what's your opinion on the 2 new ride lines and Lyrical and overall while I try to find this?
They look good. That's pretty much all I actually know up to date.
Man, if I had Alex here, he'd be going like, how 2 new ride lines? How are we going to support it? Why we're barely getting 4?
I do want to say I'm surprised they threw 2 new ones in on the second set when we already had 5. I mean, effectively, we didn't have 5. There are some that aren't great, but we did have 5 they could build on. But on top of that, they did decide to add 2 more, which gives us 7 ride lines in 1 nation.
Technically 8. No, technicality 8, because there's 5 in the...
You're right.
And then the start deck.
Good night, guys.
Speaking of the new ride lines, the first one is Mimishi Fortia, while the other one is Coming Beauty Erminia. We're going to see what they do, hopefully after Boost Set 4. That'll be interesting, because honestly, the Lyrical set's not bad. Like, it introduces some good mechanics. A lot of people are liking the whole diversity. It's not just mermaids anymore. And, overall, I'm interested to see where it goes. The other stuff that's going to be in the set, and apparently also possibly as speed, are these 3 cards. And no, they're not part of the ride line. No, they're not new cards that, yada, yada, yada. They're actually triggers. These are going to be the effect triggers for Lyrical. The draw trigger, the front trigger, and the crit trigger. Because Boost Set 1 didn't introduce them. Or Technical Set 1, or wherever the Lyrical Set 1 is called. So in Set 2, the Lyrical is finally getting their trigger upgrades.
That'll be significant for them.
It's not hurting them as much right now. Like we've seen Laurel Arrow as well as the Dragons do pretty well without them. But the extra shield is always welcome.
Well, we also have a couple of set packs on the way. This will help prevent them from falling too far behind.
And let me correct myself with this picture. I think they're going to come SP. I don't see why they wouldn't. But there are these 6 cards are going to be the LSRs. What the last card is going to be, I have honestly no clue. They surprised us with Trick Moon this way. Who knows what they're going to do with this set?
I'm almost scared to find out what it is. Imagine if it's another ride line.
They would have... I'll give Bushiroad this credit. They would have announced it. They're not going to surprise us with another ride line. I am just curious to see. Honestly, I think... Ooh. Can you imagine if it's an Evo of the start deck? Like we're getting the start deck Evos for Boost Set 4 now?
You know what? I could see that.
That'd be cool.
I would like that. I'm very interested. Okay, you got my attention. I'm actually paying attention to the waifus now.
There we go. Maybe he'll pick up one of the new ones.
No. You know what? Maybe. Coming Beauty, what's her name?
See what they do.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. A little bit of somber news on top of that. Due to, still being in the Backstreet Boy era that also hit our homes recently. Shippings are being a little bit delayed with demand and all that. So a lot of stores in just over the world might not get Boost Set 3 as well as Start Deck 6 on time. Keep that in mind. Maybe your store got hit. There's going to be a link in the description for more info on that if you want to look at it. Sadness.
Much sadness.
I'm hoping to our beautiful sponsor, Triple Slave TCG, please get our case on time so we can open it and get all our goodies. Please and thank you. Anyway, last bit of news, which is not really news. I'm honestly going to try to do this. I will try to do this for next V time and hopefully future V times when season 3 comes out. I want to start doing like a anime recap session that hopefully just lasts 10 minutes and we don't go too much of on a rant.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
Because the last anime episode was good. Like Jeebus cries good. It's actual anime. And to put that on top, we know that Team Blackout is getting technically a new member, someone filling that 5th slot. And it's this Bubba right here playing Hexahorb. All you Flagberg fanboys hoping to get representation, I'm sorry.
It wasn't going to happen.
Sadness. But, you know, seeing Hexahorb in action, who knows?
This could be good for Hexaorb as a deck.
I mean, the deck itself is not bad. Like, it's honestly really good. And especially with some of the new stuff, it could be even better.
It's very fun.
It's just, yeah.
It's just, this could help it get a little bit more recognition, which could help it in the long run.
Exactly. But with that, that's kind of been it. It's been a very interesting week.
Yeah.
And look, we managed to keep an episode under 30 minutes. Or at 30 minutes instead of an hour.
Close enough.
Yay! I'm going to try to get back to these just because it's a little bit easier, it's more manageable, and we don't talk too much.
We can change that. I didn't get to talk about my edgy son last time.
You're not wrong. We can have a whole different segment where we're opening packs about it.
And we're gonna.
That's going to be a very good, interesting Flash 4. We are getting the set in February, so Trick Moon's not going to come out till February, but you're going to get your wife on December 17th.
I've decided I'm just going to, 1 week at our tournament, run Overdress. The next week, I'm going to run my wife. That means for like 2 months, I'm just running Structure Deck.
You'll be fine.
It's a good thing I enjoy the deck.
Exactly. There we go. We're going to end this episode here. Good week. Next week's probably going to be interesting. Hopefully we see Magnolia. So we're going to end it here. Let's see. How do I end these usually? Oh, yeah, that's right. If you like the video, please leave a like. Share with your friends. Comment down below what you think next week's Sokeo reviews is going to be. Maybe a triple rare for, well, is Zorga get a triple rare? Maybe. Who knows? I don't remember. Other than that, if you like what we do here, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell to get notified. Maybe even follow us on Facebook, join our Discord, watch us on Twitch, or follow us on Twitter. With that, I've been Philip.
I've been Connor.
And we'll see you in the next one.
I really need flashcards.
Yes, you do.
Woo! Disc not ejected properly.
A what?
Disc not ejected properly.
It was. It just wasn't. What?
Nope, nothing.